Let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Is it better than the first one? No, not quite. Is it good though? Yeah, it's a fun movie. It's exactly what I wanted. I've heard a lot of people say they like the second one better, and honestly, I don't really have that strong of an opinion either way. I think the first one's a little bit better, but they're both great. What's going on, everybody? My name is John, but people on the internet call me Narwhal. I am kind of really hungover right now and don't feel very good, but we're gonna power through. If you guys saw my last video on the new Suicide Squad movie, James Gunn is amazing. I think the Suicide Squad is actually his best movie. I think it's better than both Guardians 1 and 2. So first of all, that should be a sign of how good that movie is in my opinion. But my point is that he is just an amazing director and he just keeps killing it. He also did the movie Super before either Guardians movies, and that also slaps. He just does such a good job of making every single person likable. Something that I really loved about this film was that you grow to really appreciate Yondu, because honestly, I didn't expect that coming into this movie. I did not expect Yondu to be someone who I grew to like really appreciate and understand. And at the start of the movie, I just could not believe how overpowered Yondu was. Like the fact that he can just make a pencil or whatever the fuck that thing is, just fly around and it immediately pierces everyone's heart or whatever. Like how do you even, what's the counter to that? What do you do? And honestly, the only reason why I said I didn't like this as much as the first one is because I felt like for being a literal god, right? To my understanding, his dad is named Ego, I think, is like a god and then also this planet. Don't you think he'd be a little bit harder to kill? I don't know, to me, the concept of being a god, like that carries a lot of weight to me. In my head, it's like if you're a god, you should be able to like not die that easily. I know it's not that simple, but it kind of came off as like, well, that was not that epic to me. I know people are gonna get mad about that, and maybe I am missing something genuinely, and if I am, like, hopefully someone can inform me in the comments. Did I just say inform? With two M's? Hey, future John here. As I'm editing, I just did some research and I found out a few things. So there's a conversation between Drax, Star-Lord, and Mantis that I must have missed when I first watched it, or I heard it but just wasn't fully paying attention. But they say, how do we kill a Celestial? There's a center to him, his brain, his soul, whatever it is, some sort of protective shell. It's in the caverns below the surface. I guess to me, it just seems a bit underwhelming because when I think of a god, the god seems like it's so much more powerful than something that can just be destroyed by putting a bomb in the middle of it. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're a god, you transcend all of these things that would hurt or damage like a human. Like you're a god. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's nitpicking, but to me, it just seemed a bit underwhelming. Even though there was a big battle, it just was like, oh, well, you just need a big pow pow boom boom and then you kill the god. I don't know. I just personally didn't really enjoy the way that they destroyed Ego. I don't know. That's just a personal thing. If you like it, I'm happy. I want you guys to love it. The soundtrack, once again, is absolutely fire. I think that is like the cornerstone of a good Guardians movie, is like a fire soundtrack that you just want to listen to. My buddy Luke actually has the cassette tapes of Guardians 1 and 2, like a little memorabilia thing, so he can just pop them in, play all the songs, and then he got to rewind, and it's a really fun thing that he had. These movies are just so fun. I mean, I say that all the time, but I think that Guardians, I said for the first one, Guardians was the most fun movie in the MCU, and Guardians 2 is probably the second most fun. I'm sorry, I have a raging headache. The goofiness just works so well. Like, I really feel like they just pulled out all the stops and just like let it all fly, and a lot of it worked. There's this one scene where all their faces get really distorted, and there's like a close-up of Rocket's face as they're like traveling through time. It's just so wholesome. I don't know, I love it. This movie has a case of not showing when people die, which always frustrates me. It's like someone will... I hate when someone gets shot or something and they lay there and the shot stays on them and there's just no blood. Even if they didn't die, even if they're just on the ground rolling around in pain after getting shot, like there would be blood everywhere. And just there's these huge movies that I'm supposed to take seriously because they clearly want me to take it seriously. I'm thinking of this particular scene in Black Panther, which I haven't talked about yet, which I will. But there's a scene where you vividly see a person that just got like stabbed or shot or something laying there, and am I just supposed to accept the fact that there's no blood and you can't really even see a wound either? That's more of a rant for Black Panther, I guess, but it happens in this movie too, and I understand that with a PG-13 rating comes certain things that you can't put on the screen, but it's just always such a letdown to me when I see scenes like that where I can tell that they had to pull back because otherwise it would be rated R. And I'm not saying movies should be rated R just for the sake of being rated R just so they can throw in some useless swear words. No. I just genuinely believe the movies would be better and I would connect more with them if I saw the pain and the agony or like the gruesome, gross stuff that maybe you don't want to see sometimes. But unfortunately, most of the superhero movies will not have an R rating. Once again, I really love Drax. I think he's awesome. He's probably in my top 5 supporting characters. Is that a fair place to put him? Top 5 supporting characters in the MCU? I think he could make it in the top 5. Pepper's definitely number 1 though. Pepper, I love her so much. Anyway, I don't have much else to say about Guardians 2. I thought it was great. It's about what I expected after seeing Guardians 1, and I had a really good time. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of Guardians 2, and drop a like on this video and subscribe if you guys are new. I really appreciate you. I hope you've been enjoying my videos. I've really loved making them. Be sure to follow my TikTok at Hey Narwhal if you're not already, to see all the movie challenges that I'm doing that aren't on YouTube. And I'm gonna go record my review for Spider-Man Homecoming. Peace.